Hi, I'm Phil Durner with NYC Aviation. I had to lecture a friend of mine last week, and I wanted to talk to all of you about something that I think is very important when it comes to air safety, and that is the clothing that you choose when you get on a flight. I've seen a lot of other articles around the internet talking about uh, outfit choices in terms of passenger comfort and comfort for the sake of those around you, and also a little bit on health, but I want to talk about the health, and I also really want to talk about the safety aspect that I feel is often ignored or forgotten. Uh, One health part is, of course, the threat of deep vein thrombosis, blood clots in the legs. That's something that we all need to be mindful of when we take to the air and when we choose what clothes we want to put on our body as well. The safety issue comes for any emergency situation that we may come upon, which, an evacuation of some sort. Uh, there may not be a threat, but your clothing itself can create a threat and even actually hurt yourself in the process while you're trying to get off of an aircraft. You don't know what's going to happen, you want to be prepared, and you don't know if you're going to be exiting a plane out an overwing exit down a wing, or if you're going to be leaving out a door down a slide, or if there's going to be a big hole in the fuselage that you're going to need to get out of. The clothing that you choose could be make or break for you. I have 4 rules I like to go by when I make my own outfit decisions when I get on an aircraft. Not too tight, not too loose, cover the skin, and strong fabrics. Alright? First, the not too tight. You don't want anything that's going to constrict your body. You don't want anything, especially on your legs, that's going to prevent you from having blood flow around when you're sitting in a long haul flight for many hours in a chair. You might fall asleep. You don't get to move around much. Your body's in an uncomfortable position, and you end up not being able to allow blood to go through your body if you're wearing very tight pants. In terms of the too loose stuff, you don't want anything that's going to be loose that's also going to be able to snag on things. You might be going out a door, there might be pieces of debris or something like that. It can snag on that. You may get stuck, your clothing might rip right off of you. That's something that you'll want to avoid. Another part is loose clothing can actually also restrict you. People who wear their pants very low, far below their waist and so forth, you might have a difficult time running. I always like to think to myself, can I run a city block in this outfit? If I need to break out on a quick 300-foot sprint, is my clothing going to prevent me from doing that? And that seems to be a pretty good measurement for me. The other part, covering your skin. You don't know what you're going to be presented with. Could be fire, could be sharp objects, just pieces of metal or something hanging around if you're evacuating. And also chemicals. There are a lot of different chemicals on an aircraft which you don't want to make contact with your skin, so covering your skin is going to be very important. Strong clothing also becomes very important. Again, fire, you don't want anything that's going to burn away very easily, something that may get torn away from you quickly if it does get caught on something. You want reliable clothing that can have some endurance. And again, you don't even know what's going to be happening after you evacuate. You might be able to get down a slide, but there might be flaming debris out there. You could be in mud. You could be in water. You don't know what environment you're going to have, and you don't want to be wearing anything that's going to slow you down further. With that, I really recommend avoiding nylon tights. I really recommend avoiding leather. Leather is not breathable, and it can be very uncomfortable. For those wearing suits, loosen your tie. Maybe take your belt down a notch. One other thing also, undo your shoelaces a little bit. Untie your shoes, tie them up a little looser just to get blood flowing. I really don't recommend taking your shoes off on a flight because that could be nasty for yourself and those around you. But also, if there is an accident of some sort, you don't want to be fumbling around searching for your shoes, trying to put on your shoes. You want to get off that aircraft as quick as possible. The best outfits that I really would go with are jeans or khakis, cotton shirts. Polo shirts allow you to maintain a very nice and professional look, but again, the short sleeves can create an issue. Again, you want to cover your skin. So there are long sleeve polos out there, other long sleeve cotton shirts, maybe a polo shirt with a light jacket, which is something that I like to employ when I fly. Those are things that you might want to keep in mind. Back to the shoes, and I'm saving this for last. Shoes are so important because your feet are what's going to get you out the door. You want to wear something that isn't going to restrict you or make you slip and fall. Steer clear of heels. Okay, you can't run in heels. I don't care how talented you are. Don't do it. Even dress shoes that have hard leather soles You will slip if you're standing on an aircraft wing, or if you step off a plane onto ice and slippery conditions. There's just no traction in many dress shoes, so be careful with that. Flip-flops are the worst, and I can't emphasize that enough. Do not wear flip-flops on a plane. Don't wear sandals on a plane. Don't wear anything that's open toe on an aircraft. Don't wear Crocs ever on a plane or not, because you just shouldn't do that. But the footwear is going to be so important. You want to wear something with a nice rubber sole. Again, something that you can break out on a quick sprint in and still be pretty comfortable. There's a company called 511 Tactical, and they make some shoes which are geared toward law enforcement. Very professional, very good quality, but they have rubber soles and they allow people who are in a very professional attire, slacks or khakis, to be able to have footwear that allows them to also be active in those times that they need that. That's something for you to keep in mind. If you follow anything, at least follow the footwear. Clothing is something, again, very important because you never know what kind of situation you're going to be in on a flight, and you want to be ready to help yourself and others. Anything that you do that puts yourself at risk on a flight also puts other people at risk because they've got to get out behind you, and you don't want to create trouble for them. Last thing, and most importantly, when getting off of a plane, clothing aside, always leave your belongings behind. Things can be replaced, you cannot. Remember that. Alright? Have a good day, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Fly safe.